Okay, so we're going to start off with the warm-up in the class. So starting off, I want you to think about your position in the chair. If you've got your feet flat on the floor, we've got the feet flat on the floor and the feet, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, all in line with each other. I'd like you to imagine you have a helium balloon at the crown of your head. Now that balloon is pulling you up nice and tall. Feel the back of your neck lengthening, and then we're going to roll these shoulders back, rolling the shoulders back and letting the shoulder blades melt down toward your hips. And again, let's roll the shoulders back. And as the shoulder blades melt down, just feel the way your chest is opened. That rib cage is sitting lovely and soft. And then coming down to your pelvis. We're going to tilt the pelvis backwards. We're going to tilt the pelvis forwards. You can imagine it's like a nice large glass of water, and you're tilting some out the front, you're tilting some out the back. And we're going to let that movement become smaller and smaller, until the pelvis comes to rest in a neutral position, so your water will be lying nice and level. Let's pop the hands onto the rib cage, the fingertips are touching. And as you breathe in, feel these fingertips separating, and as you breathe out, the fingertips are sinking back together. And again, breathing in. And as you breathe out, we're going to let the hands come to rest down on your lap. We're going to engage our core now, so let's think about the pelvic floor. And you have a sling of muscle coming from the front of the pelvis down and under to the tailbone. And we're going to activate your pelvic floor by imagining that you're stopping yourself from passing wind, you're stopping yourself from passing water, and you are lifting that sling up towards the breastbone. So you're looking to feel a nice strong contraction with that whole pelvic floor muscle before we slowly let it relax halfway. And we slowly let it relax halfway again before we let it go. And again, let's engage that pelvic floor. So feel the contraction starting at the back of the muscle. And as it travels forward, it is lifting. So it's like an elevator coming right up to the 10th floor. And we're holding it there at the 10th floor with that strong contraction. And then we're going to slowly let it relax halfway. So we're coming down to the 5th floor. And then down to the 3rd. And let's hold it there. So it's just a nice gentle contraction at level 3 on the elevator. And we're going to move on to your lower abdominals. So thinking that you've got a belt coming round your pelvis, we're going to tighten that belt right up to the 10th notch. So you're looking to feel these lower abdominal muscles drawing inwards. And then let's loosen that belt. So we'll loosen it to the 5th notch and loosen to the 3rd before we let it go. And again, let's tighten that belt right up to the 10th notch. You can almost imagine you're pulling on a tight pair of hipster jeans, and we're drawing up that zip, and you're feeling these lower abdominals moving in and away from that zip. And then we're going to loosen that belt. So let's loosen it to the 5th notch and to the 3rd. And then we'll hold there. So it's just a nice gentle contraction on the pelvic floor, gentle contraction on your lower abdominals. And we're going to hold that. So we've got our 5 key elements all engaged now from the APPI. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the elbows into your side, palms pointing up towards the ceiling. And as we breathe out, we're going to turn the palms down and then turn the palms back up again. So we're turning down and back up. Good, keeping that forearm nice and supple, keeping that movement there. Let's turn the left hand up and swap them over. So it's like you're turning the pages on a book. As we turn and we turn. And then let's bring in your coordination. So this time as you turn your palm down, we make a fist. As we turn the palm up, we open. So we fist and we open. Now as you open, I want to see these fingers stretching. Good, keep that coordination going. So we turn and we turn. We open, we close. Good, spread these fingers out. We're going to do 3, 2, and 1. And then both hands up to the ceiling, ready for our dumb waiter. So for the dumb waiter, we breathe out to open that chest. And we breathe in to float the hands back to the starting position. So you're keeping your elbows gently tucked into your side. Almost imagine you've got a little satsuma there that you don't want to drop. Good. So as we float the arms out, you'll feel the shoulder blades gently gliding together. You can almost imagine your collarbones are smiling to the other side of the room as we open the chest. Trying to keep your hands at the same level as your elbows. So imagine you've got a cup of tea balanced on each hand and you're passing it to the person next to you. Good. So once more, let's open the chest. And as we come back, we're going to move on to the Cleopatra. So just with your left hand this time, we open, then we reach and we turn that palm down. Then we glide the elbow in and float back to the starting position. And again, the opposite side. So we open, we reach and we turn and return. Good. So the dumbwaiter and the Cleopatra are lovely exercises for starting to warm up the arm here, starting to warm up the shoulder. They originate from the APPI method, but you can see how we're starting to modify it. And we're going to bring that a little bit further again to make it a little bit more functional. So this time, as we reach out, you're going to hold that arm out and then you're going to reach over to your left hand side. Excellent. Bring your body back to the middle and bring that arm back to the starting position. Then the other side, so we're opening, we're reaching and then reach over. Lovely. So you're going to feel the opposite buttock leaving the chair, almost like you're trying to tap the shoulder of the person that you're reaching towards. Lovely. And feel the way your body is moving. You're going to feel one side lengthening, the other side shortening. And it's the side that we're moving towards that's lengthening. These feet still firmly planted on the floor. And we'll do another 2. And 1 more. And this time we're just going to rest the hands on your lap and we're going to do exactly the same movement with the trunk, but without the arms. So just feel the movement here, almost like we're getting ready to move ourselves forward in the chair. Getting the length, lifting up that bottom. You should be able to fit your hand underneath the bottom of the side that we've lifted, and let's walk that bottom forwards in the chair. Like we're getting ready to stand up from the chair, and when you're at the front of the chair, we'll walk the bottom backwards. Still keeping that posture, thinking about your helium balloon at the crown of your head. Excellent, well done. And let's walk forwards again. And let's walk back. And keeping that bottom resting on the chair, let's just recap on our position. So the feet, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, all back in line. If you feel your knees are dropping out to the side, then let's bring in a ball. Or if you've not got a ball at home, you can use just a small cushion and popping it between the knees, just to keep these knees in line. Keeping the plastic stopper away from the skin. You're going to let the arms rest down by your side, and let's just reach one arm forwards and melt that arm back down again. And we'll reach the other arm forwards and melt back down. Lovely. So we're still keeping the posture. It's just the arm that we're moving. Everything else staying nice and still and controlled. And the movement getting a little bit further with each repetition. Good. And now that we're reaching up, we're going to circle that arm down by your side. Lovely. So let's reach up and circle down. And again. So you'll notice the whole trunk staying still, isolating just the movement of your arm, warming these arms up. Lovely. Thinking about breathing, let's breathe out to lift and breathe in to circle down. It's almost like we're swimming down the pool. We'll do 1 more with each side. And then we're going to bring the arms into a prayer position. And on your next breath out, we're going to twist around towards the left-hand side. And then breathing in to return to the front. And then breathing out to twist to the right. And breathing in to return. If you pop your thumbs onto your breastbone, you will feel that your arms staying in line with the trunk. Remember that helium balloon pulling you up tall? So we're keeping that posture, keeping that control throughout the movement. And let's do another 3. And 2. And 1 more. And letting these arms come to rest down on your lap. Now, if you've got the ball between your knees, you're going to want to pop it to the floor now. As we lift one heel from the floor and lower it back down. We'll lift the opposite heel and lower. So breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. Now remember, if you have got one leg that's a bit weaker, Now you can use your hands to assist the movement. Your main focus here is trying to keep the knee in line and keeping the posture. So if you need to use your hands to help, that's absolutely fine. We've got the lovely control in the ankle as well. Okay, this time we're going to lift the heel. Let's lift the toes. The toes down and the heel down. So lift the heel, the toes and the heel. So you're still holding that posture. We're getting the movement coming in from the hip, from the ankle, toes down, heel down. And let's do just the one more. Before on the next breath out, we take the leg out to the side and back in. And the opposite leg to the side and back in. So we're stepping out and stepping in. You should be feeling the muscle working on the outside of the hip here. This is a modified version of the APPI method for the hip twist. Continually thinking about your alignment. We'll just do another 3 and 2 and 1 more. And letting these feet come to rest back down to the floor. So hopefully you're all feeling quite warm now and ready for the next part of the class.